Welcome back to Off Black, everybody. It has been a long interval of time, hasn't it been, Lauren?
Oh my gosh, yes, I can't. I'm so glad we're back.
Me too. It's just, we kind of had lives.
Lives that took over and kept taking over.
It kept taking over, but we have so much to fucking talk about, don't we?
Oh my gosh. I don't think you guys are ready for this episode.
When I said in our Facebook post, we're coming for blood, we are coming for blood. Because literally, it's just been such a week of so many things happening. Like, first, Roe versus Wade. Aren't we mad? Are we mad?
Very mad.
We're very,
you know
very
how
mad.
that just invigorated, it just, ooh.
It just, we just don't know. We don't know at this point.
I don't even know how to, like, actually put it into words how angry I am.
I feel like they don't even see us as humans anymore at this point. I don't think...
No, because they see us as objects, and it's really...
breeding fucking cattle at this point.
Yeah, like, we're just walking incubators.
We digress. We have a lot to talk about with you guys today. We're both really, really excited, because we haven't seen each other in about, like, 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a long 3 weeks.
Yeah, it is. I miss my girl. I miss my Lauren. And I'm really excited to talk about all of our things today.
Yeah, so why don't you get us started, Tay?
All right. So, we're going to be talking a lot about the overturning of Roe versus Wade today. So, anyone, for trigger warnings or anything like that, anyone who doesn't want to hear about this anymore, I completely understand. Because...
it is a very triggering topic.
It's a triggering topic. It's a very hard topic to just kind of... talk about at this. I've even feel a little bit shitty talking about it too, because I'm like, what what the fuck?
What is even?
So actually, we wrote these notes back when they were trying to overturn Roe versus Wade, right? And that was before this even happened. And now that they've done it, I felt like I called Lauren up. I said, okay, now we need to do this, because we need to get our thoughts and opinions out there about this fucking shitstorm that we call America. So the first question on this list, which is funny enough, is what would happen if Roe versus Wade is overturned? We all know now that our abortion rights would be left up to the states.
Yeah.
And we live in Wisconsin currently, and they are not one of the states that is going to allow abortion. What will happen is now what we see. And we see a fucking public outcry. We see anger. We see people protesting. We see, and me personally, I love that. I love that they're out there protesting and making their thoughts known about this, because they can't just fuck us over at this point in time. We are.
And that's what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing. And I just don't understand, when we'll be able to, like, be seen as people instead of objects. Like, when will we be humans to the Supreme Court? When will we be humans to those old fucking white men whose daughters and their wives, they're always going to be able to get abortions?
Mm-hmm. What do they have? Money.
And I feel like, I'm a little controversial here, I feel like this Roe versus Wade is a attack against the poor.
Everything that they recently have done has really just been a way to keep the rich rich and the poor poor. Because... and this is just another demonstration of that.
Right. And there's nothing more expensive than a fucking child that you don't want.
Exactly.
And then there's so many people that said, just put it in foster care.
Because that is a lifetime commitment.
Right. Just put it in foster care.
But look at our foster care system.
Exactly. There are about 500,000 children in foster care currently that don't have homes. And you want to add to that list? And so many people will be like, well, if you don't want a child, don't have sex. And I'm like, wait. How does that work for you?
Exactly. It doesn't work. I'm very irritated and angry, and it makes no sense to me, because if you're gonna tell us not to have sex, are you doing the same thing? Are men doing the same thing? Are these men that are making these decisions for women's bodies doing the same thing? Did you get a vasectomy?
Exactly. They won't get a vasectomy because they don't want their parts fucked with.
No, but they get to dictate ours.
Right, exactly. And even if we were to go into a doctor's office and say, hey, I want my tubes tied, the doctor will say, well, what if you want future children? What would your husband say about this? I shouldn't have to ask anyone shit about what I do with myself and my body. And that's, at the end of the day, it's as simple as it is.
Because it's my body.
It's mine. It's not for you. There's a parasite. And if there was a parasite in my body, which I will continue to call the fetuses, that you, not you guys, of course, but that these people want us to keep. They want us to keep these parasites in our body. These tiny little clumps of cells. And expect us to care for it, to love it. See, I was talking with my my boss the other day, right? And I was like, well, I might not ever, have kids. I'm not really concerned.
Especially not now. After this, I've really taken thought into if I ever really do want to have children.
Right. And I don't know. I just don't think sex with men is worth it at this time. If you know what I mean. I just don't think it's worth it anymore.
I mean, I can do it myself at this point.
Right. Like, I have a $40 toy that, like,
yeah.
At least I get to come. Like,
at least I know where my clit is.
At least I know where my clit is. So I just don't understand the reasoning behind this. And also, is there any other reasoning for this besides religion?
Ooh. Is there? Because when you think about it, religion is at the heart of every of these decisions that these people are making. But yet, we're a country that has no set national religion. Yet, Christianity is what everything is based off of.
Exactly. We even say in our fucking under God.
In God we trust.
In God we
trust.
trust.
In all of our money, all of our coins, it's in God we trust.
And it's not like we're even being controversial here. There are so many other podcasters that say the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah. Because why is it at the center of everything? Everybody does not have the same religion. We all have our own thoughts and opinions about it. But yet, you guys want to make these thoughts and opinions for us, which isn't your place at all.
I don't think it's anyone's place.
But our own.
But our own. And we're taking this opportunity, and even there are even people that say if you are sexually assaulted or if you are any incestuous kind of thing, that baby is a gift from God. And I don't think God has anything to do with that.
True. Very, very true.
When I look at it, I think I'm disgusted.
I'm at the point where I think God is just the fallback for our bad decisions.
Exactly. And it's hard to just look at these people who are some people cried in happiness over this bullshit. Do you understand that?
That's crazy.
Some people were like, oh, thank goodness we got the libs to not get abortions. You think that's gonna stop any abortion?
All that does is stop safe abortions. I'm in Facebook groups where they give out teas that you can drink that induce miscarriages. And we shouldn't be that sounds like some Dark Ages fucking shit. Don't you think? I feel like we're in the Middle Ages and we're all just
remember that episode of Bridgerton where the bitch drank the tea and she thought she was like, oh thank God, but then no,
that didn't happen.
It's hard to look at these people in the face and have any respect for them, if I'm being honest.
And does anyone actually have respect for them is my question. Like, who actually has the respect for them? Because if you think about it, the people that do have the respect for them are the people that are angry and want to control everybody else. When in reality, they can't control themselves. And I think that's the problem.
I feel like they're disgusting, really. I know there was a situation where someone on the internet posted that a man wanted a baby with this woman, right? The woman wanted an abortion because she saw how this man was and she didn't want his child. The man left the room very, very sad. And all the posts were like, oh, poor him. But I'm like, no. What about her? She just had to go through the surgery. She just had to figure out exactly what she needed to do, and she did it. I reward her in my brain, but we're always focused on him. He's the part of that. He was so upset that she didn't want to carry his fucking parasitic baby. Are you kidding?
I don't know what to say at this point to these people, because I feel like what needs to be said has been said multiple times over and over and over again. And it's just like, when will what we say mean something?
I don't think it ever will at this point.
I think it's becoming to a point, and I know this is going to sound really controversial, but I think this is just one step closer to us Americans as in a society to come together and realize that, hey, what we have as a foundation for what our laws and all of our stuff is,
it's kind of bullshit.
It's bullshit because it's based off of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it.
It was written by people who owned slaves, so I'm really not sure why we're taking pointers from them.
People who own slaves.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand that concept.
And it's baffling because how are we supposed to fix a system that was built to not
favor
us in any way?
Especially us, because we're black, all right?
Women.
That's already women, all right? We're a little bit gay.
A little
homosexual. A little homosexual.
A little queer.
A little queer. And also, I'm not going to come out to my parents, but I recently discovered I'm gender fluid. So I will now be going by like they, them, she, her. Which is I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking cool.
I was talking with my friend at work and I was like, you know what, fuck it at this point.
That's funny. That's really funny that you say that, because I was talking to a friend at work, and I was really just thinking about it, and I was like, what I like isn't just men and women. It's more. It's trans. It's they them. It's the queers, and I'm just like, oh shit, am I bad?
Mm-hmm. And it's just hard to like. For me, growing up, it was always difficult because I was always told, Tanner, you're boy crazy. I'm like, yeah.
So.
And also I was girl crazy. I literally had one female friend my entire life, and I would switch them out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's an asshole thing to say. But it was just, I would always have a single female friend. And then those relationships would get more and more. Like, I had one relationship with a friend where it kind of, like, went to us, like, hooking up, like, one time. Yeah. And it was kind of just, like, a whole thing. And she's straight. So, it was a different...
Is she, though?
Girl... I think she is, because if I'm gender fluid, so it really doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Not really.
It really doesn't matter. And I was just looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, I think, yeah. And then I had a trans friend. They went by they them, and you know them. And I one time told this friend, I was like, I just think I should. I don't know. I think I want to wear a binder. Because I'm kind of, I just don't feel...
I don't like my titties.
I just don't like what's happening. And they were like, you can't appropriate trans culture. And I'm like...
Would that be appropriating?
It wouldn't be appropriate.
That would just be me
expressing myself in a different kind of way. Mm-hmm. And it was just, when I looked at them, I was like, okay, yeah, you know what, you're right, whatever. And I don't really talk to them anymore, obviously, but there was so many signs in my life where I was just kind of like, oh, okay. But still, as a gender fluid, which I can now say, and as a gender fluid person, this is my uterus. I have this uterus. I can control what happens to it.
This is my body.
This is my body. This is my rights. I should have rights. If I were to be in a heterosexual thing, and I were to, I know.
It sounds like I'm not knocking it.
We're not knocking the heteros. We love the heteros.
We love you guys. But like, for me, that just seems so limiting.
It does. And I'm not gonna say monogamy sounds limiting, because I like monogamy. Mm-hmm. I'm a monogamist, if you will. Mm-hmm. And
I don't really know where I stand on that at the moment.
Right. And that's where I'm at. That's up to us to figure that one out. Mm-hmm. But from what I know, from them passing this, from them dismissing Roe versus Wade.
How does that affect our community?
How does that affect our community?
What's the next step? Because with Roe v. Wade being turned, what does that mean for our gay marriage, our gay rights? Mm-hmm. And
what's next? Are we gonna be on the fucking Handmaid's Tale? I feel like this is leading you've seen The Handmaid's Tale.
Actually,
you've read the books.
I started the book. I haven't.
It's just, it feels like that's what this is leading to, and it feels gross. Mm-hmm. It feels very gross to me.
It feels like Big Brother is always watching. Mm-hmm. If you know, what's that? 1984 by what's his name? Orville. What's his name? But it's the book. 1984. It's crazy. It's where Big Brother is always watching and the government is always like watching your back. Because why not?
At some point, you have to think, is this even real? Mm-hmm.
Are we living in a simulation?
Bitch, I wish. I would Magneto the fuck out. Not Magneto, but I would Neo the fuck out of the situation.
Where's my blue pill?
Where is my fucking blue pill? Jesus. Oh my goodness. And then also, now that we've seen all this happen, we see the reaction from the men in our lives.
And that's really...
They're so fucking quiet.
And that's concerning.
It's concerning.
Because why are you quiet? Mm-hmm. If you're part of my life, mm-hmm. and you know who I am, and I express to you...
And you love me,
on a
and
regular
you care
basis,
for me.
And
right.
you love me, and you care for me, and you say you care for me, mm-hmm. why aren't you also speaking out against this?
Exactly. Like,
why are you silent? Why haven't I heard a peep from your mouth?
Right.
Why aren't you as
No one cares about the
I
fucking Bucks game at this point in time.
Why aren't you as angry as I am?
Why aren't you as angry as it's when you think about it, it's really telling. Mm-hmm. It's really telling of the situation that we're in as people with uteruses.
My thing is, okay, do you think with the Roe v. Wade situation, do you think further steps to come is eventually us realizing that in our Constitution it says that if the government has too much power, that it is the people's job to overturn the government? Do you think that's where we're heading?
I feel like that's exactly where we're heading. I feel like that's exactly what's happening. Police brutality is up. Mm-hmm. Kids are dying in schools.
And did you see that they the day before they overturned Roe v. Wade, they also made it that they don't have to review your Miranda rights every time you are arrested now.
Are you serious?
Dead ass. So now when you are being arrested, they don't have to review your rights. So make sure you stay silent, because anything and everything you say will be used against you.
In a court of law, bitches. It's just... I feel like something is happening. I feel like we're at the pinnacle of something. And I'm gonna bring up a theory that I have about the world. What I think is that we've lived on this planet over and over again. I feel like we've always started over. Okay, that's me personally. I feel like we've always started over, and at some point we've destroyed us. Mm-hmm. At some point the world has destroyed itself, and then it starts over again. Evolution starts over again, and we do it over and over again. Not the same people. I'm not talking about reincarnation or any shit like that.
I think we still haven't yet to learn our lesson.
We have yet to learn our lesson, absolutely. And I really want to understand why we as people are used as animals to the government.
Because the government thinks that they are God.
Basically. And I know that's like a far-fetched thing to say that I think they're gods, but honestly, I think they do. The way that they fuck around with people's lives like this.
I think they just need to control something because they can't control themselves.
No, they're usually fucking disgusting, aren't they?
They're old white men. What do you expect? They've got erectile dysfunction.
They've got hey, if abortion is banned, Viagra should be too.
Amen.
If a baby is God's will, so is your lip fucking dick.
Your lip dick does not need a pill.
It does not need a pill.
If I can't have an abortion, you can have a good erection.
Right. Actually, you know what? Get a vasectomy, you little punk bitch.
Yep. But as we move on, oof, these old white bastards. Why are these old white bastards allowed to make decisions on women's bodies?
And there's one old white woman in that selection. Did you see?
You know, that is a disgrace. She is a disgrace to womankind.
I feel like,
you know, that lady is not a lady. She's now considered a white male bastard.
She is now considered a white male bastard.
A white old male bastard.
Legally a white male bastard.
So, like, again, why are they controlling our bodies when they don't even know our bodies? Because do they know where the clit is?
No. And that's not the focal point. They don't know shit.
Do they even know what a uterus is? Do they even know the anatomy of a person with a uterus's body?
No, probably not. They're not doctors. They're politicians.
And that is exactly why they shouldn't be making rules about people's bodies.
Right.
What do you know about a body?
What do you even know about a body at this point? It's sad. So, what are the places that would allow us?
So, places at the moment that will allow us to get abortions are Washington, Oregon, California, Alaska, Nevada, New Mexico, Colorado, Minnesota, Illinois, New York, Maine, Maryland, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Delaware.
And then for Wisconsin, we're still unsure, right?
Yes, and the states that are unsure are Wisconsin, Nebraska, what's the state above Oklahoma? I don't remember.
I feel like anything in the middle, like, no one knows.
Yeah, no one knows in the middle. Montana is still undecided as well. Michigan is undecided. Pennsylvania is undecided, and I believe that is North and South Carolina are also undecided.
Oh.
So that's fun. So that leaves the rest of the states to red, which is no longer allowing abortions, which is Arizona, Idaho. What's this? I don't remember what this state is. It's just
See,
sad.
Lauren's so smart, she remembered all the names. That's why I gave her...
North Dakota, South Dakota are not allowing. Most of the southern states are not allowing abortions anymore either, which includes Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana.
Fucking Texas.
I want to say Iowa, Missouri, Ohio, Tennessee, Florida, Georgia. What's the one next to Georgia? I don't remember. I feel like I've named all the states, I think. I don't know.
And then also we can post this on our Instagram so you can see exactly.
Yeah, so you can see, we'll post it and you can see the states. We'll also, we'll honestly just probably post a couple of maps.
Yeah.
So you guys know where to go and where it is safe to still obtain an abortion.
And if you have a friend or a family member in those states, ask if you can stay with them for maybe a week or two.
Yeah.
Schedule that appointment. Because just because it's not legally allowed doesn't mean that it's right.
No. And let's just remember, if you are thinking about, if you do live in a state that is not allowing abortions, please do your research to find the most safe way to obtain an abortion, because yes, with this being ruled, we all know that abortions will not be stopped in these states, but we do know that we will try to have the safest ways possible for people to obtain.
Because no one should die
ever
trying to get an abortion.
No.
It's basic health care.
Yes. Because, and you know, that drives me crazy, because an abortion isn't just getting rid of a future life. It's the health of the mother or the person
But also,
that is carrying
not getting abortion is getting rid of a future life. Not getting abortion can ruin a life.
It can ruin a life, because no one knows, like, that's one thing that I don't like about the government. They didn't take into account the people that have health issues, that have any kind of issues that in their life that they are not prepared to take care of a child.
And, sorry to cut you off, but I know for getting an abortion in certain states, you can go to jail for upwards of 15 years, while men who rape
get
3 months, maybe probation.
And that's another thing that, like, really just baffles me, is because with rape rates being high as they are, what does that mean for that woman that has been raped and doesn't want to have to care of their rapist's child or their father's child that they are now forced to carry? And what does that mean for that person? How does that affect their mental health, their stability, their body,
their livelihood, even at that?
Yeah, because you're taking away and giving the power to those people that did such things to them.
And I feel like that's exactly what they're gunning for. I feel like at some point, when is religion not going to be the only reason for doing this?
Where is your compassion?
Where is your compassion for other people? Absolutely. It's just hard to think about, and it's a lot to think about as well. So it's
why are we still seen as objects rather than humans?
We're not humans to them.
But what don't they realize about people with uteruses are that we carry the world. We are the world, really.
Technically. Because
without people with uteruses, there would be no men.
Right, and then most men will come back at you and say, well, without our semen, you... What? I'm like, no, that's
not how that works.
That's not the same. That's not the same. There are sperm banks. You guys can all be evacuated, and we would still
rule. Yeah.
You know,
the world.
And we're stuck in this patriarchal society that thinks that they are deemed.
And I think that's the problem, is that we're in a patriarchal society rather than a matriarchal society. What's the term for when? Why can't we rule together? Is my thing.
Talking about socialism.
I mean, I guess at that point it would be. I guess.
What's up? No.
What's up? Like, why can't we equally rule? Is my thing, because
why can't we just be people? Why? I know some people that just wish that they could just live in a community with other people, and it's not a cult. You have to say it's not a cult, but it sounds a little culty. Or they would like to just live their lives. And there is a community, I forgot the freaking name of this community, and they live in the desert. They don't pay rent. They just kind of live there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I've vaguely remember hearing something about that.
And I wonder if that's what we should really be gunning for. There are so many starving children. There are so many murders. We're killing our kids in schools.
And you know what's crazier to me? Is that they allow it to happen.
Absolutely. A gun has more rights than my uterus right now.
And that is shameful.
It's very...
An inanimate object has more rights than me.
I should just shove an AR-15 in my pussy and then figure out.
I'll put my 75 in my pussy. It's okay. My 45. It's okay.
It's okay. It's fine.
You know, we're going to call it blaster pussy.
Yeast infection? No. We don't know her.
What is that?
Oh my goodness. It's just, all of this has been very, very hard. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of women that took this decision very harshly.
Very harshly. Very, very harshly. And my question is, what do the people that have had abortions in the past, what are they thinking right now? Like, what are their feelings towards this? Like, how does that affect your mental if you've already had one? And now you're like, damn, I was able to have one under the thought that I had this right, because at that point I did, but now I don't anymore. Yeah. Like, how is that affecting you? Like,
exactly
that have had it.
How? Yeah, I can't see a happy future for them at this point in time. I can't see a happy future for a lot of people. And that's...
I don't see a happy future for America, honestly.
I don't see a happy future for America either. The world is watching, and we are...
the laughing stock.
The laughing fucking stock of the world at this point in time. Okay, let's try to liven this up a little bit, because I feel like we're getting depressed as we are talking about this.
I'm a little sad now.
Jesus. Yeah, I hope that we can one day find a better world, or create a better world.
Do you think with this that the overturning of the government will be the creation of a better world? Like, do you feel like millennials and Gen Z will make that better world?
I would hope so, because we're forward-thinking individuals. We think about the group and not the person. Hope is a big word when it comes to thinking about this world right now. Hope is a large word.
It's an important word.
It's an important word. when we're talking about people's rights being taken away, people dying in the streets, children being shot dead. When we're thinking about these things, we're always hoping for a better world. There's no real change when we hope anymore.
So how do we put our hope into action? Like, where do we start putting our hopes into actions to actually inevitably see that change?
I think we're starting to see the change. People are standing up. People are getting angry. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of anger.
Do you think that the amount of anger that we had will be enough anger to change?
I feel like anger doesn't change a thing. But I do think going out there, being in the protests, that's doing something. That's unanimous anger. That's all over the place. It's sweeping across everything. And as we're talking about this, you remember the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Where the people started rioting?
Yeah.
And the Capitol was like, fuck that, like, we're just gonna cover blanket coverage of all this stupid ass shit. And what I'm thinking is there's going to be a peak of something. Something has got to give when it comes to this. Something has got to give. And when it doesn't, that throws the whole fucking world out of balance. Mm-hmm. It's just hard it's hard to hope now, but hope is all we have left at this point.
It really is. And we have each other at this point, too. Mm-hmm. We can't forget that.
We have each other, for sure.
We're all in this. Like, not even if you don't realize it, we're all in this together. Like, yes, there are multiple sides that are being voiced, and I don't even know how to say that. Like, we're all in this. Like, everybody is part of this change, no matter where you stand.
Right. Absolutely. And your silence speaks louder.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone's silence speaks louder. It's really it's kind of hard to just believe that we have to deal with this now.
Mm-hmm. It's more of that we need to deal with this now.
We need to deal with this now. And at what point will Americans say, this is enough? Why we're terrified of our rights being taken away?
We are.
So at what point are Americans going to be like, okay, we've had enough. This is enough now.
I think I personally think this is my rendition
mm-hmm.
of when I think it's going to be enough for everyone. I think is once women's rights have been taken away pretty much already with the Roe v. Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But sure it's just we're just women, right? We're just women with no rights now. But when will our men get angry?
Exactly.
And that's when they have no self-protection, their gun rights.
We want to take away the gun rights.
And I think that's what everyone's going to be.
Also, let's up child support while we're fucking at it, I guess.
Yeah, I think the gun rights are going to be, I think that's going to be the breaking point, because now that's going to anger not just the liberals that do believe that protection is their right, mm-hmm. but it also is going to anger the Republicans and the, I want to say more conservative side.
Exactly. Somebody else has to fucking lose something.
Yeah.
Somebody else has to lose something for something to be like,
oh, this is it. We're done.
We're done.
We're done. I'm done taking this.
Right.
I think that's where we're heading towards next. And I think also thinking about it is the possibility that no one's gonna have rights anymore. I think that's what's gonna shake it all up.
You think that's gonna be the end of that?
I think it is.
I think the men will have rights always.
I don't know. I feel like the government is gonna want to just control the whole entire population, mm-hmm. and whatever the government says goes. And I think that's when what movie was that where the government is in control, and what movie was that? Shit, I don't even remember. But there was some movie, book, I don't know, but it was like the government is in complete control. You have no say whatsoever over your body, and there's like these different sections that give the power, like that have the power and tell you what you can and cannot do. And I think it's gonna come to that before we
finally stand up for ourselves.
Because I feel like as a population we've lost our voice because we've put so much trust into the government because that's what they told us to do.
So at this point, do you think that Christian values can be deadly against our rights?
I think that religion and state should be totally separate.
Absolutely.
I believe that if you have Christian values, that's on you. That is not something you should be pushing or forcing others to live by. That is a personal decision, not a collective decision.
So do you think that we'll be able to ever separate religion from politics?
Not with the way politics is built on right now.
That's fair.
Because when you go back to the Constitution, it's based off the Christian values. And I think once we take the Christian values out of the equation, I think that's when we get a better system that works for more people.
Exactly. I agree. And we're wrapping this up, you guys. We're going to get into some lighter topics in about 10 minutes. But we just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of what's happening in our world. And it's very hard to talk about. Me and Lauren were just sitting here saying, oh, God, we feel a little bit drained from even talking about this.
It's very draining. Because it really makes your mind think, and it's a challenge. You're challenging the status quo pretty much, and it's hard to really voice that because it's the status quo.
Right. And then so while people are going against the status quo, while people are getting angry, while people are protesting, with there no longer being the need for police to read you your Miranda rights, when you're being detained at these protests, when you're out there speaking your truth and voicing your opinions, how would that affect the future of our protesting? Will we eventually stop? Will we all be too scared to do that? Or will that create even more of an uprising than we have right now?
I think that's going to create even more of an uprising than we have now, because why are you detaining us for voicing what you claim that we have, a freedom of speech, a freedom to voice our concerns for our country, a freedom to want to have a change? And I think that's gonna be where it really just comes down to.
Because as soon as we lose that freedom of speech, what really do we have left to say? Nothing.
And that's their goal. I think that's their goal, is for us to not have a voice at all.
Right. I feel like this is leading into a dictatorship.
It is.
But Joe Biden, so we're both not fans. But we also preferred him over the angry potato.
The angry clown Cheeto?
Clown potato? Clown Cheeto potato?
Clown Cheeto potato.
Clown Cheeto potato. Yeah. We preferred him over the clown Cheeto potato.
Yeah.
Say that 10 times fast at home.
The clown Cheeto potato. The clown Cheeto potato.
The clown Cheeto potato. So why do you think that these protests aren't enough?
Because they're not listening. They don't want to listen.
I don't think anyone's listening. And that's where we get a little bit depressed.
And I think the only people that are really listening are the people protesting.
Exactly. The people who are awake. People who are woke. And I know there's a lot of things, a lot of stigmas about being woke. But the people who are woke are out there in these fucking streets standing up for what they believe in. And I'm not going to say it's the same for those fucking racist picketers that walked through, what was it, Charlotte? With their fucking, oh God. If I can remember, with their guns and their, it wasn't even pitchforks. It was tiki torches.
Tiki torches.
They walked through with tiki torches.
Can we talk about that? Let's just talk about that. Oh, you're appropriating somebody else's culture.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Walking through with their fucking tiki torches. And that's not the same. It's not the same to me. We're standing up because we have lost something. They're standing up because they feel like that something will be taken away from them.
Mm-hmm. I think that statement right there is the divide. Mm-hmm. Is because you have it, but we don't.
Right.
And we want it.
We would
because we deserve it.
We deserve that. We would like it. So at the end of the day, what can we do to help the world? Since we're going lighter now, I don't want to talk about that anymore. What can we do as people?
And that's something that question right there is one that I've been toiling over and over again, because I feel so insignificant. Mm-hmm. Because I'm just one person, and it's just like, what can you do as one person to help change the world?
I don't think there's much we can do.
I think
as one person, but
as
with
a group,
as a united person,
as a united front, we got more power. And I think I think that as a people, I think we're gonna have to get rid of the... Wow, I sounded real British when I said that.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Just like I want to do with this fetus. Get rid of it.
Oh, that we should really clip that one. But what I was saying is, I think that we're going to have to come together and really get rid of the divides that, like, hold us apart. We got to have to get rid of white women, Asian women, I think, and black people. I think we're just going to have to come together as a people in general and stop sectioning ourselves off as different, because in reality, we're all the same.
Yeah.
We all
in reality, yes, we are all the same, but there are cultural differences.
Yeah, but we will still have to acknowledge those cultural differences. Yes. But something I've learned, I don't know, but a lot of our problems they're all very similar as different cultures,
except for like racism with white women. So.
Yeah, that one. That one we're not going to talk about.
We're not going to talk about.
But as a farther people, all of our problems are at the root of it basically the same.
Basically the same. We all worry about money. We all worry about how our family's going to eat,
and how we're going to be a human, really,
and live our lives the way we would like.
Yeah.
It just sucks that certain people's lives depend on other people not living theirs.
Yes. And it's just going to come down to the fact that we have to come together as a people and realize that we all deserve to live the way that we please. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to be the way that brings us together for
I
real.
Please to live isn't going to influence what you do.
Yeah, and we have to acknowledge that, because the way I live has nothing to do with the way you live. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we're all working towards this mutual goal of living the way we want.
Right.
And I think that's where we need to come together, we all want to live the way we want.
And you genuinely believe that would change the world?
I think that it will be one of the bigger steps to changing it, yes.
Oh, I like that. I like that one a lot. You phrased that very well. It's very podcastery of you.
Thank you.
But yes, we talked about a lot of heavy stuff today.
Yeah, we did.
And I feel like we should go on a lighter note. I think we should change the subject here, because I feel like we both just got tired.
Very mentally drained.
Just mentally drained about talking about these things. And it's not like we don't like talking about these things. It's just that these things are hard to talk about.
So on a lighter note,
how have you been? I missed you so much.
On a lighter note, I've been great. I've been working my tail off.
And then where do you work now?
I'm actually working at an arcade, which is fun.
That's perfect for you.
Honestly, I think so too. But I wish I was getting paid a little bit more, because I am doing the work of like 4 people.
Yeah. But you should just make you a manager already. You're kind of the shit.
Honestly, that's where I'm at. Like, at least if you're not gonna make me manager, at least give me team lead. Mm-hmm. But because I already do that shit.
Right. So
what about you? What have you been up to?
Girl, I've been all over this fucking place. I've been working at Sephora.
You went on a trip recently, right?
I did.
How was that?
I visited my mom, and it was so much fun for her birthday. Fucking Geminis, man. I visited my mom for her birthday. I stayed at her house for like a week or so. The only thing I missed was my dog. I missed her so much. And I just had a great time. We played roulette. Like, And then she talked to me, and we talked together, and apparently I'm moving out there in less than a year. So we'll
see. Okay, wait. See, yet again, another move away from me. But you know, it's fine.
You could always move with me.
You know, honestly, I've been thinking about it.
You could always move with me. Like, there's no ain't no stopping us now.
Because, honestly, I've been thinking about moving, and I really want to do it because I feel, and I
yeah, and my cycle was coming back. I always come back home to, like, my wounds, and, like,
yeah,
my wounds are, like, they're healed, and I need to
I'm on the next stage.
Yeah.
You know?
And so, like, if hey, this is a podcast, hey, if you wanted to do that with me, I will most definitely, we can plan for that, because I plan to be out, like, in 7 months or so.
You know,
and I'm saving money and everything, and I have a car, and, like, it's just, for me, it would be better moving with someone than moving alone.
So are we saying we should?
We have to specifically live with me, but you would be.
I would have a nice little family.
And the podcast wouldn't have to stop, obviously.
Yeah, and
but
honestly, that would make so much content for the podcast. Mm-hmm. You know how, you know.
Oh shit! Whoa, we gotta cut this out. We gotta cut this out. But yes, yeah. I think that would be a good idea. And Duchess, you guys haven't heard from Duchess in a long time. Hey, speak. She's not playing with us today. She's not playing with us today. But yes, no, we both have just things. I've been working a lot, and I've just been around. I like my job. I like my boss the most. She's so sweet. It's just. I feel like yeah.
I feel like there's nothing left for me here.
Yeah, and there's not much, and the guys are so. I mean, the people. I mean, just.
Yeah, I'm right with you there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I did talk to a guy from Vegas like a while ago. Right, I think I told you about this. He had a whole fucking girlfriend.
No, you did not tell me.
Do you want me to tell you what happened? So I was planning on moving to Vegas, I think about a year ago. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to move to Vegas, not a year ago, but it was before I moved back home. So I started talking to this guy. I'm like, if I'm going to move there, I at least want to have, you know, a little on the side, you know. And I met this guy. He was super sweet. I think we talked for like 3 months. Ooh. Yeah, 3 months straight. He would tell me all the things he wanted to do with me, like when I got there and all this kind of stuff. And he was so excited and and I said, I'm excited too. I can't wait to move to see you. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be amazing. He was a redhead. He was.
Oh, we love redheads.
He was I think he was the Marine Corps too. And he was so flippin' cute. So every single time I would be like, hey, what are your socials? Like, what are your socials? Are you not on? So he was like, nah, I'm not really on social media.
Oh, red flag number one.
I'm not really on social media.
How old was he?
He was like, I think he was like, at the time he was like 28. I was 22. I was 21.
So he's 28?
21. Yeah, 28.
Oh, red flag. You're still on. You're definitely at least got an Instagram at 28.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is fucking weird. So finally, he gave me enough information. That's how you know that women are fucking FBI agents.
FBI agents.
He gave me enough information to figure out who he was. So I started Googling him. Because I think his Snapchat had his last name on it. And I couldn't find him. Finally, one day, I think he let his guard down or something. And I found him on Instagram. And he had a full-ass picture of him and his long-term girlfriend. And it was insane. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, but the way the sun is like hitting you right now, you look hot as fuck.
But yes, it was insane. And I'm like, oh my god. So I thought he was gonna fess up. I thought he was gonna fess up at some moment in time. Ew. I thought he was gonna fess up at some moment in time. And he did it. So I would just say things like, oh, it's so crazy. You know, I mean, so she'd be like, yeah, it's crazy. I've never, all this kind of shit. So finally, I think I got bored of him. I got bored enough to be like, hey, I know that you have a girlfriend. Ooh. I know at this point. And he was like, oh my god, like, why do they go into the crying fucking mode?
Because they want you to pity
got
them.
caught, and he was like, please don't tell her.
I would have immediately texted her.
The thing is, I couldn't find her socials. I found his socials, but her name wasn't on there. So I was confused. Not even tagged. This man. I was like, oh my god, like you, and he was a Cancer. Cancer boys, you gotta watch out.
Cancers in general.
Because the men are fucking insane.
Cancers in general are insane.
Okay. Whatever, Libra. Whatever you say. I'm just saying, the female Cancers, amazing, beautiful, wonderful people.
My interactions with them
oh my
Cancers,
god.
I don't know about that, man. I
don't know. Okay. Judgy.
I will say I had okay, that one Cancer ruined it.
But what one?
The college one.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah, she ruined my liking for Cancers. But I will say my redheaded Cancer, I miss her to infinity and beyond. I miss you. I wish we like still hung out though. Aww. Anyway,
this is like a little love story on here.
It wasn't. We were just best friends and.
Oh, I wasn't saying that. I could love you. We have a love story, bitch.
We do have a love story.
So.
We're soulmates on a different level. That's it.
Yes. Familial soulmates are just as well as the other kind.
Yes.
And yes, I am taking a picture of the light that you told me
the lighting was bomb.
But yes, no, it's just, I'm really excited to move there. Because I miss my mom. I miss seeing her every day.
I know.
I just miss being around
I was honestly, not to say anything, but like I was honestly waiting to see how long it was gonna take you to move out there with your mom.
I know, right?
Because like I know, you know us with our moms, we can't stay away for too long.
I was waiting for COVID to die down, and like it's not too bad, but I was waiting for COVID to die down for real, because right at the beginning of COVID, that's when I was gonna move. You know, because Chacha was going somewhere else, I was going somewhere else. We were going to be two different people in two separate places. Mm-hmm. So, it's just... I'm sorry. It's just, it was one of those things. And now that I've actually set a plan to do that, I'm really excited. So, you can come, if you can't come, that's fine. But we can still do our podcast wherever the fuck we are, bitch.
Hell yeah. We will make it work.
We will always make it work.
Heavily
think about it, girl, and then we'll let you know next podcast. So for scheduling wise for this podcast, we're thinking about going on a bi-weekly schedule. Yeah. Only because our lives are just kind of getting kind of crazy, and we
have planning to do.
We apparently have a lot of planning to do. Wait till this shit turns off. You're gonna see so many fucking updates. So we're really excited to finally be doing this together again. And now that we have kind of like a plan in mind, you will be seeing a lot more of us. And we miss you guys so much. And like, I know from the last thing there was like 45 of you, which is...
That's amazing.
That's fucking fantastic. There's like 45 of you, which is crazy.
I do want to hear from the 45 of you.
I would love to hear from you guys. Hit us up on our
Instagram.
Yeah. Hit us up unless you're shy. Like... Shy.
You can't see us doing the finger thing.
We're doing the finger thing from TikTok. But yes, we understand. But like, hit us up. Like, talk to us on our socials. We post like pictures sometimes. We don't post as much as we probably should. But yes, thank you for like talking with us, hanging out with us for about 54 minutes. I think we're gonna cut it down probably for about 54 minutes. So we really do appreciate whoever takes their time to like listen to us.
Should we like change our voices? Should we be more sexy? Should we be more mysterious?
I don't think that we should be a little sexier. I think we're already sexy.
Or should we bring in more of our accents?
Yeah. Do you want us to be British?
Do you want us to like wait, is that appropriated?
Oh my god, we're appropriating British culture. Oh shit.
Oops.
Well, oh wait, don't say that. Okay, we're sorry. You had to listen to us.
All right.
Horrible British accents.
This was Off Black.
This was Off Black. And we love you guys. And thank you for listening. We love you.
Talk to you guys later.
We'll talk to you guys soon. This is Thank you for everyone that listened to today's podcast. Please make sure to follow us on our Instagram at offblack_podcast for updates and some new posts. Might see some saucy things on there, who knows. Thanks for listening, and toodaloo.